shot as well. As I say, good atmosphere. Here's what happened in moto number 1. Jake Nichols went out in the first turn. Sebastian Pourcel went out up the hill. It was Tony Cairoli who grabbed the foxhole shot. Took a look behind him, saw Mathis Caro and Dennis Ulrich with De Salle in 4th place. Tommy Searle was in 5th. Frossard was about 7th or 8th at that time, but then would eventually fall down to 20th with a mistake on the first lap. So the Frenchman with a lot of work to do. Tony Cairoli tried to push on and open up a gap as Mathis Caro there, 91, was in 2nd, made a mistake. De Salle caught him, he couldn't get over the step up, that lost him time as well as Dennis Ulrich behind him. That allowed Jeremy Van Hoorbeek on the Yamaha to close up. Then eventually Van Hoorbeek found a way through on the following lap, putting himself into 3rd. So De Salle then was up into 2nd on the yellow Suzuki here, chasing Tony Cairoli. Everyone out on the bank to the right was urging both these guys on as they opened up a gap of more than 30 seconds come the checkered flag. But Tony Cairoli was being kept honest throughout the whole of the first race. De Salle was never more than a second and a half, 2 seconds behind. Tommy Searle, 100 on the CLS Kawasaki, the Brit, got past here for 6th place as Kevin Strybos went through around about lap 7 of 18. Tony Cairoli got a little bit loose through the waves on one occasion, allowing De Salle to close in, but then he started to open out the gap again. Never really relaxed on this tough hillside circuit. Tommy Searle then went out after a tussle with Evgeny Bobashev, and that put Bobashev up into 5th. Tony Cairoli though, he fell whilst leading with 5 laps to go, allowing De Salle an easy route through. And that's when the race really came alive, because after that Tony Cairoli set the fastest lap of the race. The following lap, after picking himself up, started to close what was a 5-second disadvantage to De Salle. Eventually found himself right on the rear wheel coming into the final lap of the race. De Salle looked at the pit board to see exactly what the gap was. Cairoli really got his head down and went to work on the Belgian. Van Hoorbeek was a distant 3rd. Strybos had got himself into 4th on the Suzuki. Bobashev had found his way into 5th. Frossard had worked his way all the way back up to 6th ahead of Xavier Borg, Sean Simpson, Dennis Ulrich and Davide Guarnieri. But the final lap, this is how close it was. Tony Cairoli really pushing on, trying to pick a moment, even tried to swing wide out of the roost to take a wider entry into and out of the final turn. But he just wasn't close enough. Clement De Salle just hung on, took the flag to win his 5th race of